In the meantime, Turaki had been imposing communism at home. Radical economic and social changes were pressed with a zeal that alienated rural tribal groups, religious leaders, and the urban middle class. The problems were compounded by a shortage of trained personnel. Administrators from the former republic had been purged, in some cases shot. Turaki even changed Afghanistan's flag. The Islamic green flag was replaced with the red flag of communism and a star, just as with the Soviet republics. As the jails filled, resistance grew, and the insurgency took hold in the eastern provinces bordering Pakistan. By the spring of 1979, a general rebellion had spread throughout the country, with religious leaders proclaiming jihad, a holy war against the communist government. Turaki and Amin also were falling out. In September 1979, Turaki stopped over in Moscow, en route home from a non-aligned conference. He returned to Kabul, officially with promises from President Brezhnev of more Soviet aid, unofficially with an apparent Moscow agreement to help him purge Amin. But Amin moved first. Turaki was overpowered in a shootout, placed under house arrest, and later murdered. Amin subsequently took over. Unembarrassed by the turn of events, Moscow sent Amin congratulations, initially supporting his harsh but ineffective measures to pacify the country. Amin's repression, however, only fed the revolt. Desertions from the Afghan army increased. The Soviets sent in more of their own troops, several thousand in place by December. On December 23, 1979, an article in Pravda charged Western, and particularly the American mass media, with spreading deliberately inspired rumors about some sort of Soviet interference in Afghanistan's internal affairs. The truth of Pravda's so-called rumors was demonstrated the next day. A Soviet airborne division was airlifted to Kabul. On December 27th, more Soviet troops poured across the Amu Darya River into Afghanistan. The Soviets not only were taking over the country, they were also handpicking its leaders. Amin and his closest advisors were executed by the Soviets. Moscow's own man was installed in office, Babrak Karmal, whose first message to the Afghan people was made from the Soviet Union the evening of December 27, 1979. Babrak did not arrive in Afghanistan until 4 days later, December 31st, when he was flown in by the Soviets to take the place of the murdered Amin. Babrak has tried to soften opposition by publicly, at least, appearing more moderate than his harsh predecessor Amin.